Right.
And it was my friend Kate who said, why don't we have Flamy come give the sermon one Sunday morning? We broadcast our church services from our basement here in this house because we were set up for it. And so I was like, I don't know what that's going to look like. Hi, Paul. I don't know what it looks like for Flamy to give a Sunday morning message. And our church is very non-traditional anyway. I mean, they call it a progressive Christian church, but at the end of the day, you don't have to believe any specific creed to just be fully embraced and be part of this family and this community, which is the reason that I'm there, because I do not have a creed in that sense. And so I was like, well, what would I talk about? What would that look like? And that is where the TikTok video that you played at the intro to this conversation, that's where that came from. It was me playing with what it would look like for a drag queen to talk about her spiritual experience.
Oh, wow.
And I posted that, and then I woke up the next morning and had texts from my sister and all these other people, and they were like, so your video's kind of hopping, it's kind of going viral.
Right.
And sure enough, I looked at it the next day and couldn't believe how many people had found it and resonated with the story in it. And so part of me was like, well, damn it. I guess now this little creation that I've created for myself to make me feel safe and to explore all these parts of myself, I guess she's also meant to be part of my work of space making for people. And honestly, I say damn it, but at the end of the day, I couldn't be happier that this is somehow speaks to people and reaches people in a way that my favorite comment that people tend to leave over and over again is, I feel safe or I feel seen when I watch this video. And that just like breaks me down to my core, because if there's anything I could do with my life, it's just to make safe spaces and help people feel seen and help people feel whole and loved. Like, I love that. So
the fact that drag is such a powerful thing. It is so surprising to me how much other people are impacted by drag.
Yeah. You must know about it. I mean, like pulling all these queens together to have these kinds of conversations. I'm sure you witness it on the regular. Like it's wild. I don't think I really foresaw the overlap of the spiritual journeys that we're all on, and how it really in to this, like, whether it's performance or whether it's, part of an identity and how we're exploring our gender and all these things. There is so much overlap, and it's beautiful. It's fabulous.
Yeah. And that's kind of like the process that you went through, which I would say is like integrating your spirituality into your drag. Like, that's kind of what I'm hoping to do when I interview, because some of the folks that I interview, they don't identify with any spirituality. They don't have any religion. They maybe haven't had an experience, or they did. And so it's just about trying to weave it or integrate it a little bit into their narrative. So that's kind of what my hope is to create an opportunity for people to start to become more integrated and more whole, I guess, to pull that part out of the closet, if you will, and like have it meet with something else that I think is really there and had been there all along. We just hadn't like noticed it, I think.
Here. That is.
And I think it's powerful when you can claim it, when you can say, no, this is spiritual shit. Because I mean, as queer folks, we're told God hates us. We're not allowed to have spirituality. We're of the devil. We're like, whatever, these sorts of things are told to us. And so then we find other ways, I think, to get life and to get our spirit lifted. And that's, that's the club, that's the music, that's the clothes, and that's spiritual shit, but we don't call it that, but it's a big part of it.
So much. Yes. It's, like Rob Bell says, everything is spiritual. And I love that we can talk about like a euphoria, a high that we might have at the club, or even like, you know, on substances of different
totally.
types and kinds of things, and talk about the like church experiences that we had that were same difference, like same experience, like chemicals in our body reacting to sounds and sights, and the emotions that would rise up at church. Like it's so great to be able to, well, yeah, you said it best, just reclaiming all of this experience and saying, no, it's spiritual too. It matters on a spiritual level just as much as it matters, you know, as for entertainment value, and for, which is not, that's not nothing. Like entertainment is important and great and wonderful. But also don't sleep on the fact that, you know, this wig can also help me have some kind of euphoric spiritual experience as well.
What has been most helpful to you through this process? Like, where do you get your support, or is it all you, girl?
No, I'm not an island. No, I'm just trying to sort the list, I guess, in my head, because you know, I've mentioned my housemates who are my podcast co-hosts, and now, you know, my musician friends, now that we've been in quarantine. That's for sure just my small little community of people who help me put on the podcast, who do the Thursday night shows with us, which they're like cover concerts. Like we pick a theme, and then we pick a bunch of songs that fit in the theme, and we sing them and then talk. But even that becomes its own very spiritual experience, because we'll have wild conversations on Thursday nights with the people in the comments, just kind of like what we're doing right now. Some of the people, Wendy and Paul, some of the people in the room, Anissa and Vicky, they all come to that as well. So they know what I'm talking about. But so yeah, just the people in my close little vicinity are a huge help to me. Just as a human, but then also spiritually. My family, my siblings in particular, are everything to me. I don't have the best relationship with all of my family members, so the ones that I feel connected with, and who do, you know, embrace me and accept me fully as I am, like those relationships just matter so much to me. You know, it's our chosen family, and then the family that we grew up with, that we're able to like have on our side. Those things matter.
Has there anything that Flamy has brought out of you? Like, have you noticed how I guess your non-Flamy self has Flamy impacted him? You're impacted. I'm sorry. Do you have your pronouns? I didn't even ask. Outside of drag.
I forgot to ask you your pronouns as well. I'm he, him, or she, her, either. Either side.
So I guess how has Flamy affected your him?